Okay. Have you ever been convicted of a crime or wrongly accused of a crime? While most of you have not, you may know someone who has, or you might have watched a crime show like NCIS and know what DNA evidence is. According to the Understanding DNA Evidence booklet from the Department of Justice, DNA is a powerful investigative tool because, with the exception of identical twins, no two people have the same DNA. DNA is the building block for the human body. Virtually every cell contains DNA. The DNA in people's blood is the same as the DNA in their saliva, skin tissue, hair, and bones. DNA evidence collected from a crime scene can be linked to a suspect or can eliminate a suspect from suspicion, also according to the Department of Justice. For example, during a sexual assault, biological evidence can be left on the victim's body or at the crime scene. Properly collected evidence can be compared to known samples. If no suspect exists, a DNA profile from crime scene evidence can be entered into the FBI's combined DNA index system. Just because you cannot see stains does not mean there are not enough cells for DNA typing. Possible location on a weapon might be sweat, skin, blood, or tissue on the handle end of a baseball bat. Eyeglasses on the nose pieces or earpieces might contain sweat or tissue for DNA. Fingernail scrapings might contain blood, sweat, or tissue. Scientists use these vertical regions to generate a DNA profile of an individual using samples from blood, bones, hair, and other body tissues and products. Now that I have covered DNA evidence, let us next look at 3 things that must happen at a crime scene to preserve the evidence. Protection of the crime scene is exceptional to the protection of evidence. Safeguarding and preserving evidence is fundamental to the successful solution of a crime. While documenting evidence at a crime scene, you have to include descriptions of whether the evidence was found wet or dry. The process begins with a preliminary crime scene survey/walkthrough followed by a determination of the evidence collection sequence to be used. The risk of contamination of any crime scene can be reduced by limiting incidental activity, drinking, littering, or any other actions which could compromise the crime scene. The chain of custody of evidence is the record of individuals who have physical possession of evidence. Documentation is critical to maintaining the integrity of the chain of custody. Here are 2 types of samples suitable for DNA testing according to liquid blood or blood stains, liquid saliva or saliva stains, and liquid semen or dry semen stains. Pieces of tissue, skin, fingernails, plucked hair, plucked and shed hairs. Samples collected from unidentified bodies can include blood, pupils, swabs, hairs, bones, teeth, and fingernails, tissues from internal organs. When used to its full potential, DNA evidence will help solve and may even prevent some of the nation's most serious violent crimes. I have told you about types of DNA evidence, crime scene integrity, and DNA testing, and the importance of chain of custody. If you have been involved in any kind of crime scene, you need to be aware of what I have told you about today. Even though you would not be directly involved, it is important that you realize how important crime scene evidence is. You should have learned enough today to know that everyone will leave DNA of some kind. If you are ever attacked or assaulted, you will now know how or what to look for and question authorities that are involved with your case to make sure the perpetrator is captured. Remember that there are a lot of forensic shows on TV and some are based on real life cases.